Welcome back. Despite the annual Judges Conference which took place during the week, the courts across the country still make time to hear a lot of cases. Here are some of the top stories we tracked for you.
We begin with the report that Senator Enyinaya Abaribe has filed an application before a federal high court, Abuja, seeking an order of court to compel the Chief of Army Staff to either produce the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mr. Nnamdi Kanu, or pay the bail bond attached to his release. Senator Abaribe, who is standing as surety for Mr. Kanu after signing a bail bond of 100 million naira, made this application following his inability to personally produce the defendant. The senator argues that only the army can produce the defendant, as all attempts and efforts by him to contact Mr. Kanu by whatever means had failed completely. Mr. Nnamdi Kanu and 3 others are facing charges of treasonable offences before the court. Staying in Abuja, the High Court sitting in the Jabi area on Friday remanded in Suleja prisons Mrs. Maryam Bello, who is alleged to have killed her husband, Bilyamin Bello, son of former PDP National Chairman Mohammed Bello. Mrs. Bello had pleaded not guilty to the offence, and the court turned down her lawyer's request for bail. She was accused of committing the offence on November 19 at about 3:50 a.m. in their residence in the Wuse area. The offence is punishable by death under Section 221 of the Penal Code law. The case has been adjourned until December 7. From Abuja, we move to Kaduna, where the State High Court has fixed December 15 to hear the suit filed by the former chairman of the Presidential Pension Reform Task Team, Mr. AbdulRasheed Minor, seeking to stop the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission from arresting or prosecuting him over alleged corruption. And through his lawyer, Mr. Maina is challenging the powers of the EFCC to declare him wanted or seize his property in Kaduna and Abuja over allegations of corruption leveled against him by the anti-graft agency. But the EFCC, in a counter-affidavit, says it is only discharging its duties as provided in the EFCC Act of 2004, which empowers it to investigate all cases of economic and financial crimes reported to it for possible prosecution where a prima facie case is established. And in Lagos, a state high court has withdrawn from the trial of a justice of the Federal High Court, Justice Hailatzira Nganjiwa, who is charged with collecting bribes to pervert the course of justice. Trial Judge Justice Adedayo Akintoye held that in the interest of justice, she had transferred the case file back to the administrative judge of Lagos so it could be reassigned to another judge. The judge said that she decided to hands off the matter following a petition alleging bias written against her by Justice Nganjiwa. She then urged the parties to find out from the court registrar the new judge to whom the case had been reassigned. On the 23rd of June, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission had arraigned Justice Nganjiwa before Justice Akintoye for alleged unlawful enrichment to the tune of $260,000 and 8,650,000 naira. And we round off in South Africa, where an appeals court has increased Paralympic champion Oscar Pistorius' sentence to 13 years and 5 months. The Supreme Court of Appeal in Bloemfontein more than doubled his original sentence of 6 years after the state appealed that he was unduly lenient in the sentence it handed Oscar for murdering his girlfriend, River Steenkamp. The Paralympic athlete shot dead River Steenkamp in the early hours of Valentine's Day in 2013 when he fired 4 times through the door of his bedroom toilet.